Welcome to the video. I've been meaning to film a makeup video for the longest time, and this is actually my second time filming this because I thought I would be able to do this explaining all the steps and talking about the products and still be able to do like a Q&A sesh. So I got a lot of questions from you guys. Turns out I have a lot to say about the makeup process, more than I thought, and I couldn't really yap. So I scratched that, and we're gonna try filming one more time. I am very specific about the way I do my makeup, so I'm gonna try my best to emphasize those little steps that I do that I think makes a big difference. You're going to love this look if you love glowy skin. I put a lot of emphasis on defining my eyes and making my eyes look bigger. It's a good mix of Western and Asian beauty trends. Even though I'm wearing black and I just dyed my hair black, I'm a spring warm tone, and for makeup I love working with warm colors that lean more towards neutral. I think that is everything I need to mention. Let's get into it. You guys are probably curious about the skin prep too. Today I did 2 layers of Rhode Glazing Milk. This is probably my favorite milky toner to put under makeup because it gets absorbed into my skin so quickly. I've been loving the Nua Heartleaf 80 Moisture Soothing Ampule. And then I used this Beauty of Joseon Aqua SPF. This is what the skin is looking like right now. I'm gonna use my favorite lip mask, which is from Tatcha. Almost out of it. You need the smallest amount and it glides onto your lips and it looks so glossy and it feels so comfortable too. This is my favorite lip mask ever. Today my mission is to spill as many tips and tricks as possible. If your hair is freshly ironed, curled, if you use these clips to hold your hair back, it still leaves a mark on your hair. What you do is you take a little cotton pad and you put it in between your hair and the clip, and it will eliminate those marks. It looks ridiculous, but I swear it works. I just dyed my hair, if you couldn't tell. I had like medium warm brown hair for the longest time, and then I just dyed it to this ash dark brown color, and I'm so not used to it. I actually feel like I'm wearing a wig. Hopefully doing my makeup will help me feel better because I literally just got this hair done yesterday. First thing first, we're doing primer. I have 2 options for you. A lot of products can be like swapped out. I have multiple favorite products for each category. So I'm trying to show you guys like a Sephora option and like an Olive Young option depending on where you guys live. My favorite primer right now is this Refi one. I've been traveling a lot, and this is a perfect primer to travel with because it has a roller, and this roller is actually so useful. I just kind of distribute the product everywhere, and once everything is distributed, I take the roller and I really go in and massage my face, and you guys, this feels so freaking good. I usually go like right on my cheekbone, like my forehead right here. Basically everywhere where you would like gua sha, you go in with this roller. And my nose kind of gets puffy in the morning too, so I'll just go on the side of my nose. Chin. I always keep paper towel or napkin right in front of me so I can wipe this off and keep it somewhat sanitary. And it leaves like a slight tackiness so that my foundation and all the cream layers that's gonna go on top sticks to my skin really well. Really good Olive Young option is actually this product. It's very popular in Korea. These 2 feel very similar though. They're both super hydrating and leaves a tacky finish. Next step, I go in with an illuminator to add glow into certain parts of my face. My favorite is this one from Chanel, but affordable option. I also love this one from VDL. I squeeze some on my hand, and I'm very specific with this placement. I add the illuminator where I think I lack the most volume on my face. So for me, it's under the eye. So I'll do like a little triangle here. And then I'll do the bridge of my nose, my forehead right here. And then with the leftover, like just on my chin. I'm super picky when it comes to foundation. I own so many foundations, but honestly, if I had to pick 5 favorites, that's a really hard task for me because I have like 3 favorites maybe, and then everything else I'm just kind of like, it's just like every other foundation, you know. But a constant favorite of mine is Sahara Black Cushion. I recently started using this again because the darkest shade that I own is a 23, but this shade was even a little too light for me during the summer, so I couldn't use it. But approaching November into winter months, I think I can pull this out again without looking like a crazy ghost. I use this so much that I had to flip the cushion around. Like I took the cushion out and I flipped it around to get more product, and even then, like I'm not really getting a lot of products, so I will be buying another one when I go to Korea. Because there's not a lot of product left in here, I'm gonna use a spatula brush from Wake Make, get the foundation on this brush, paint myself a nice thin layer. I like to work in sections, so I'll do like my right cheek first. I take this sponge, which is from the More's Beauty brand, and I'll just pat it in. Today's a Wednesday, and Wednesdays have been my favorite day of the week. It's Hwanseongyeon의 day. Hwanyeon's been so good this season. I have been eating up Hwanyeon ever since, I didn't watch the first episode, but ever since the second season, third season, and it's the fourth season now. It truly has been so much fun, and it's probably my favorite season because there's just so much drama. All the guys are just so bad that I'm having so much fun psychoanalyzing them and just being like, how is this ever gonna get better? I'm just praying that there's gonna be like at least one more male that comes into the show and like saves all of them, because it's not looking too good for any of them right now. The only guy that I'm like, he's okay, is Woojin, and the only reason being that he just hasn't talked that much. Seeing how his relationship was with his ex, like I don't really think he's that great of a partner either. That is blended in pretty well. We're now moving on to concealer. I am telling you, if there's one brand that you guys should check out if you're not used to shopping at Sephora, Refi. Refi is my favorite Sephora brand, I think. So underrated too, in my opinion. I don't ever see a Korean YouTuber talk about Refi because I don't think they really know much about it. Refi was started by an influencer, I think. Like a beauty creator, and a lot of their products feel so innovative. As you saw with the primer, they look very nice, they're very aesthetic. The product itself is really good too. So again, I also own so many concealers, brand send me concealers all the time, but out of all of them, my favorite has been the Refi. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand, and this is my favorite concealer brush right now to spot conceal. It's Philly Millie 810. It's double-ended, and I take the really skinny side. I dip it in the concealer. I'm going to spot conceal these two spots right here. I pack the concealer in with the smaller brush and then flip it to this flat brush. I'll just kind of like pat it down. And just like that, my spots are concealed. For under eye, I've been really liking this one from NARS. Light Reflecting Eye Brightener in the shade Night Swan. A good alternative to this is the Glow Pot Concealer. And for under eyes, I always like just using my fingers. I feel like it's the best. I have pretty prominent dark circles, so under eye concealer is very important to me. And I just focus on like this lower drop of my dark circle, if that makes sense. Like this part. I don't care too much about like bringing the concealer to the side of my eyes. Like I don't really need that lifting effect. I just want the front part of my face, especially my under eyes, to look more voluminous and bright. I kind of lack volume here, which is why my dark circles are more prominent because my skin is so thin and I don't have any like fat underneath my eyes to fill in this space. Anyways, when I was attempting to film this makeup video and try to make it into a Q&A, a lot of people asked me if I was watching Exchange, and a lot of people asked me if you could go on any dating shows, which one would you choose? I low-key will be so down to go on a reality dating show. That seems so fun to me. I am also scared of like what people would think of me and what they would say, because I feel like I really can't control how I'm gonna be portrayed on those shows where the editors have so much power. Also gonna put this around my nose a little bit because I feel like it looks a little red. Realistically, it will be the healthiest and the best to go on a show like Singles Inferno. I don't know how I would really do in that environment, but I feel like you get good experience, good exposure, and at the end, most people like you for who you are. Exchange, on the other hand, I do think it'll be really fun. Contour, Westman Atelier and Biscuit. This is the creamiest contour, the most luxe contour I've ever used. I love it. And the contour placement is very specific to me too. I have pretty prominent and high cheekbones, which I love. Korean beauty standard, girly in me. I like to contour that a little bit. I can still contour this and have like a smoother face shape, but still have my high cheekbones as like one of my key features. Like when I put blush on, you'll see. And then I do my jawline, but I make this side a little thicker because I have more developed jaw here. So I try to make it more symmetrical. And then I do one on my chin because we're obsessed with the shorter mid-face right now. And then a little on my forehead. I realized that just because you contour like thinner nose doesn't mean that it looks better. Because I feel like when you're contouring, you're always trying to like make things slimmer. but slimmer nose just kind of looks odd and it looks too fake. So I like to keep the nose contour like pretty wide, honestly. I feel like nose contour is more for definition, not trying to like make anything smaller, at least for me. Then I define the bottom of my nose and a little bit here. And then I give myself a little button nose like that. A little bit on my Cupid's bow. And using my Refi dual-ended brush. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I love Refi. This brush, one of my favorite brushes ever. So good. I use this bigger fluffy side to blend my contour. But as I was saying, if I went on exchange, I think it'll be really fun. I don't know if fun is the right word. I think it'll be really traumatic for me. I could see the fun of it, right? Like you go on there with your favorite ex, but it also like brings out such emotional and like such a raw side of you. And then using the smaller side of this brush, I blend out my nose contour. And I'm not trying to like smudge it around everywhere. It's more so like patting and making sure the contour stays in this placement. I don't know what that show will bring out of me. I'm kind of scared. I don't want to be judged by the entire world for showing like my rawest side. And like that's just like a little too vulnerable. For blush, I've been obsessed with 뭐라고 하지? 미지근 톤. Like lukewarm. A good in between of like a coral and pink. This is like my perfect shade. I don't know how to really describe this shade other than like lukewarm. Blush placement, extremely important. I like to use my finger for this because again, like I need to know exactly where this blush is going on. I put it like 1, 2, 3. That's like the oval that I'm gonna be focusing. And again, this is like the point where I want more volume on my face. Like if I could, I'm not really thinking about it, but like if I could inject something into my face, like I don't even know what that is called, like where you can have more volume filler, it would solve a lot of my issues. But before doing that, we try to work with makeup first. And it's been working out for me just fine. So melt this on my finger. And again, I'm gonna do on this side too. And because this is like a glowy balm product, I kind of use a lot of it, just expecting that it's probably gonna wear off throughout the day. And then I take this brush again, and I'm just going to softly diffuse it. But again, I'm not taking this brush and like going everywhere. I'm keeping it right here. And I also like to put some blush under my chin. This adds to the contour to kind of like minimize my chin space, shorten my face. And I also like putting on the side of my nose a little bit, and it adds to that natural nose contour. And before we go in with the setting spray to set everything, my last cream product that's really important to me is an aegyo-sal pencil. This is my holy grail. I've tried like the aegyo-sal pen from the same brand. I think I like the pencil the most. I start on the middle of my eye right here, and then I just kind of spread that with my finger so it looks natural instead of doing like a line. Honestly, I guess that is so important. If I have like 3 minutes to get ready and I can only use like 3 products, I'm still grabbing this pencil. Because I can take this pencil, I can add aegyo-sal. I can also like do eyeshadow with this and like add some depth and shape to my eyes without any shadow or eyeliner. Like I can contour my nose with it. Okay, and then using the lighter side, just on the middle. But we're gonna use this again, so we're gonna spray it with a setting spray. Very important. I've used a lot of setting sprays. This one's the best. Been with me to tropical islands, crazy New York City humidity and heat through the subway rides. This will make your makeup last. I'll just do like 3 spritzes like this, making sure that every area of my face is covered. This dries down really quickly, which I also really like. So my face isn't wet for like 30 seconds. My favorite powder ever. I don't have an affordable alternative for this product because I just think that this powder is truly one of a kind. I will show you why. Honestly, I don't love this packaging. It gets very messy. But I picked some product up on my Say powder brush. I love how tiny this is because I can just get it into all corners of my face. That doesn't mean that I only set certain corners of my face. I'm gonna set the entire face with powder, which is kind of surprising for someone who likes very glowy finish. But the reason why I love this powder is because I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face, but you're going to notice that nothing is sticky. My face is in fact very smooth and like almost powdery, but you can still see the soft sheen on my skin. My skin doesn't feel dried out throughout the day. Next, we're gonna do brows. Honestly, I just haven't been getting along with my brows lately, so I'm scared. I think the biggest thing with having good brows, you need to constantly shape them. More well-groomed they are, easier it is to fill them in. I do really love this product and I wanna talk about why I love it so much. It's the Glossier Boy Brow Arch. I actually worked with Glossier when they were launching this product, and I was one of the first people to test it out. And the reason why I worked with them is because it was just like exactly what I want in a brow pencil. It has a very unique tip where it's flat this way. If I lay it down, it's really easy to make this like powdery almost and cover a lot of area at once. But if you use a pencil like this, you get super sharp, skinny lines to like really mimic hair. And it's also not a regular pencil, it's a pomade pencil, so it has more of that waxy consistency. And when I fill in my brow with this pomade pencil, I feel like it holds my hair down without having to use a gel. Also, this shade is called Cool Brown. A lot of medium brown colors are very warm, and when I use it, it will almost look like red brown. But this is the only medium brown shade that I found in brow products that's very cool. Anyways, I start from the middle of my brow because I feel like that's where I lack the most hair. And then I work towards the tail, decide how long I want my eyebrows to be. Then I slowly work my way up, define the arch. Slowly bring it to the front. Working very light-handedly, I like to grab my pencil at like almost the end of the pencil. And when I get to the front, I fill in a little bit and then I mainly use the spoolie to like blend the colors forward so I don't have to really fill in the front and make it look unnatural, smudging in the color to the front. And that's it. It's very subtle, but before, after, there's definitely a difference. I'm going to Korea soon. In like 2 weeks. Also, another tip that I just realized that I do this, but when I fill in my brows, instead of like moving my hand to get different angles, it's easier when you move your head. So you keep your hand like this, and as you curve, you just move your face. And this is really weird. I don't think I've ever shown anyone that I do this. I also like to measure to make sure they're similar lengths. But I take my finger like this, put it right underneath my brow, and I'll just like push it up like this. I look ridiculous doing it, but it makes my brows thinner and cleaner. And I think it looks more even. Eyeshadow, it's super simple. I use my Chanel Quad shade 204. I love this palette because I genuinely use all 4 of these colors. So using this fluffy brush, I wish I could tell you where this dual-ended brush is from, but I have no idea. There's nothing on it. Just any fluffy brush. I take this medium brown color, just put it all over my lid as my base. Just add some nice subtle depth. And with like a very small amount that's left on the brush, I will bring it down, but not too much. And then using this coral color with my finger, I'm just gonna add a little bit of the shimmer on the center of my lid. Just add some color and like liveliness to my eyes. And then using this end of the brush, I don't know what this is called, like a pencil brush. I take the highlight color, very important, and I'll highlight the inner corner. This is one of those things that if I don't do this, my makeup does not feel complete. I focus it right here and then I'll bring it down. I feel like this brings in so much light to my eyes. It makes my eyes look more like wide open and more awake. Makes you look more like cute too without like having to add super big glitter parts to your eyes. And this is a recent addition to my makeup routine, but I like taking like a muted peachy stick shadow. This one is from Urban Decay in the color Exposed. This one is similar. It's from Too Cool for School art class pencil in shade Muted Taupe. Yeah, but this one needs to be sharpened, so I'm just gonna use this one. I put this on the center of my aegyo-sal. I learned this while getting my makeup done in Korea, that just because the under eyes are like white doesn't mean that it accentuates the aegyo-sal. If anything, a darker color like this and adding more like depth to your aegyo-sal will make them pop more, and it gives you that natural aegyo-sal. You heard it here, the white aegyo-sal highlight, it's out. We're filling in our aegyo-sal with a muted peachy color. I do that though, and then I go in with aegyo-sal pencil, and in the very inner corner of my aegyo-sal, I will still add this bright color. I will go in with this highlight color, and I'll add a shimmer in the inner part. Makes your eyes look like it's kind of like glistening. It's like right here. I recently got a lash lift. I've been getting lash lifts for like 2-3 months now. It's life-changing. I go to Summer Lash in K-Town if you're in LA and you need someone to go to. She's amazing. And they actually last up to like 6-7 weeks for me. I love that I don't have to curl my lashes. My curls stay up all day without having to use waterproof mascaras. So I've been using this thing called tubing mascara. Tubing mascaras are water resistant, sweat resistant, but it's technically not waterproof. You use warm water and you soak your eyes and you rub it off. The mascara will slip right off. In the tubing mascara category, this one from Cali Ray is very well known. Nothing special with the wand. This is what the lashes look like before, after. I will never be the one to really participate in the no mascara trend because lashes make such a big difference. I try my best to make my eyes look bigger and more defined with makeup in every way. So lashes help my eyes go up more this way. Aegyo-sal this way. I will do like an inner corner eyeliner, which brings my eyes in more out that way, and then a little wing to push my eyes out that way. So we're like going all different directions to make my eyes look bigger, but without lashes, without mascara, I can't lift my eyes this way. So I am forever team mascara. Not just any mascara, but like when my lashes are sitting up straight, long, and defined. Pencil eyeliner, I've been really liking the Chanel's waterproof pencil liner in this like burgundy purple color. It doesn't really look purple. It looks like dark brown to me. And then I also really like this Cosnori gel eyeliner. This gel eyeliner is almost too creamy that sometimes the pencil will kind of like break on me. For how creamy it is though, it stays on my eyes really well. I'm gonna tightline and fill in the inner corner of my eyes too first. Yeah, really get in there. I also like going a little bit on the under, like that, to add definition. A lot of people start their wing right here where their lash line ends, but we're starting like 1 millimeter or 2 before your lash line ends. So we're gonna leave like a little gap here. It's such a subtle difference, but it lifts your eyes so much better. And I always use my nails kind of clean up the edges. And for the angle of my wing too, I'm not doing anything crazy. Honestly, I'm keeping it pretty horizontal. But like, do you see that slight gap? We want to keep that. If I feel like the gap isn't enough, I'll even go in with this aegyo-sal pencil, conceal a little bit underneath, lift this line up more. I'm using an angled brush. This is Eco Tools, and this dark color. I'm gonna use this to set my eyeliner and some of my inner corner. Wait, wasn't I talking about how I'm going to Korea? I didn't say anything after that. Because I'm really extra, I like to do powder blush and contour, even though we did the cream versions of it already. I'm gonna use Naming Bagel. We're gonna stick to the same blush placement right here. As I was saying, I'm really excited to go to Korea. I started making like a bucket list for things that I want to do in Korea yesterday. And so far on the list, everything is just food and eating. This brush is Oki. Really soft, pointed blush brush. I just want all the street food. I want 붕어빵. I want 계란빵. Do they still have 계란빵 these days? I want the street waffle. Powder contour, I use Wake Make. And this brush from Refier 05. Very lightly. The powder contour is more for my nose. I take the same fluffy brush that I use for eyeshadow, rounded C here, and I'll bring it down the nose bridge here. You can kind of see like the natural contour that exists already. I'm just emphasizing that. Blend it into my brow bone a little bit, sides of my nose, horizontal line for that faux button nose. A little bit on my cupid's bow. Oh, I don't think I ever blended that contour out. This is not something that I do every day, but recently, because it's fall, I've been kind of into that like toasted look. And I've been taking this blush from Dior, which is, honestly, this is like a bronzer shade. This is not really a blush shade for me because of how dark it is. When I take the same blush brush, I pick up very light amount of this product because it's super pigmented. And I'm gonna use this right here, press this like cheekbone down a little bit. But I love how this looks because it contours this cheekbone that I don't really want, but it also adds that toasty color to my complexion, which is perfect for fall and winter. And kind of like eliminates that blank space on my face. Glint highlighter. It's so funny. So many of you guys have been sending me a picture of me at the Glowny store. It's like a Polaroid of me, and then at the bottom there are like certain prompts. One of them is what makes you glow. I took it quite literally. I'm sorry, I just had to, because I was obsessed with this highlighter. I still am. And so many people answered that question being like, oh, my friends, my family, quality time with people I love. And then I wrote, my glint highlighter makes me glow. This is the highlighter, the famous Glowny glint highlighter that makes me glow. It's in the shade Dewy Moon. And I like to pick this up with Refear's 38 brush. It's like a even smaller blush brush. And I pick this up and I put it right here, on top of my cheekbone. It is beautiful. Collectively, we've all been obsessed with liquid everything, like liquid blush, liquid highlighter. But I think for highlighters, like a good old powder highlight is all you need. And it's also just like, it looks the best in my opinion. And I use my finger for my nose. I'll do a little dot on the tip of my nose and then also on my nose bridge. So on my Cupid's. And then now we enter the last category, lips. And you guys, I have so many favorite lip products. This is so hard for me. But the theme of this video really is I want to help you guys discover products that you might have never even heard of, but I love. Lip liner. I know we love the blurring lip liners. I do too. I own a lot. I own like the Rhode ones. I like this one. Refi actually has one of those too. Love them. For me, a good old lip liners that require sharpening. Start at the bottom. I overline my lips just slightly. I like to go like this. And I accentuate it a little more. I kind of blend this liner color to the center of my lip. For my top lip, I like to make the left side thicker because when I talk, this side usually gets thinner. I don't know, it's just like the way I talk, I notice. This stays on really well. I could eat, drink. Another Refi. I promise you, I am not sponsored by Refi. This I bought with my own money. This is called Lip Blush. It is like a fat lipstick, but it is the perfect product to get like that perfectly blurred lip. It's so easy. Because it's so fat, like all you have to do is like couple taps and smears and you're done. This formula is so unique. It's like, I can't even say that it's like creamy. It's not like super pigmented either. You just have to try it. It's so soft and blurring, like slightly oily almost. It's insane. I don't know what's in this. Few taps and swipes, my lips are done. They look so full. I've been more into this like blurred matte look over a gloss, so I'm gonna keep it like this. And that is it. Let me do my hair and I'll be back. This is the final look. This light that I have, without it, I cannot film this video at all. But the lighting is quite bright, so it washes me out a little bit for you guys to see the accurate color. So I'm gonna insert like an iPhone clip so you guys can really see what everything looks like. I mean, the camera quality is great, but you will see what I mean when you see the iPhone clips. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I yapped for so long, but I had a lot of fun because I love makeup. I love doing my makeup. I love trying new products. If you guys like this, I will try to do more makeup videos. Hope you guys are doing well. Wishing you guys a good day or night. I will see you in my next video. Bye!